Funding for Confucius Was a Foodie is provided by the Canada Media Fund, the Canadian Film or Video Production Tax Credit from Canadian Heritage and the Government of Canada, Ontario Creates,
You can bring the richness of Chinese cuisine into your life with recipes, insider tips, and more at ConfuciusWasAFoodie.com.
The pandemic dominating the United States and the world. A growing number of schools around the country are shutting their doors to try to stem the spread of the coronavirus.
When COVID-19 shut our schools down, WSKG stood up, revamping TV programming with educational content for students, creating learn-from-home lesson plans for parents, providing workshops, trainings, and materials for teachers, and giving us the certainty that we were not in this alone. When you need us, you can count on WSKG.
Welcome to the heart of the Finger Lakes. Today we're visiting Cayuga Lake's Pleasant Valley Wine Company. This winery was established in 1860 and is the home of the Great Western Visitor Center. Let's take a look inside. We're here with Marketing Director Patrick Doyle. Patrick, can you tell us a little bit about this historic winery?
Well, thank you, Bill. Glad you could be here today. Pleasant Valley is one of the oldest wineries in the United States. It goes back to 1860, and you're in one of the original champagne vaults, which is part of 8 buildings that are on the National Register of Historic Places. It's a really fun place.
Can you tell us what makes champagne champagne? Is it the grapes, is it the yeast, is it the process, or a combination of those?
It's sort of all the above, Bill. I mean, most people think of champagne as the bubbles, and you know the theory is that the smaller the bubbles, the higher the quality of the champagne. But in general, it's a double fermentation process. It's typically a combination of grapes. There's a dosage or a sweetener that's added, and it's aged over, a period of months, 6 months to a year or so.
Would you tell us about the visitor center?
Well, our visitor center, Bill, is, we've had it for a number of years, and the cool thing about it is that it features redwood from some of the original redwood tanks that we have up here on the hill that we have begun recycling because we don't need to use as much redwood for aging as we used to. But down there's a beautiful horseshoe tasting bar where we feature our products. And then we also have a theater and a tank, an old redwood tank that we've converted to a theater, so you can actually go in there and watch movies, do presentations and such. And then we also have a replica of the Bath Hammondsport Railroad, which is very cool. The kids absolutely love it.
I'm here with Katie Linker at the Pleasant Valley Wine Company, and above us is a stained glass window that commemorates some of the awards that the wine company has won. Can you tell us about it?
Above us is a stained glass window that was made for the 100th anniversary of the winery in 1960. On it, it has 3 different places: Brussels, Vienna, and Paris. The winery in the first 40 years that it was here won medals in all 3 of those places, and there are 4 different wines on each corner of it. There's a Burgundy, a Great Western Brut, Vermouth, and a Cream Sherry, and those 4 wines are some of the wines that we won awards for.
Thanks, Katie, for being with us.
No problem.
We hope you enjoyed this visit to Pleasant Valley Wine Company in Hammondsport, New York. Be sure to look for more local wine segments on WSKG Sip and Swirl.
Coming up this week on Chasing the Dream. I want people to feel proud of where they are. I want them to know that we can create the world that we want.
I came to really understand that art is not a secondary need of humanity, that we need to make art and we need to experience art when we're hungry, when we're homeless, when we're frightened.
I'm one of those people that create things that I don't see, and I didn't see art shows that represented the area in a way that people knew. And I wanted to add some colorful flavor, and so I reached out to grassroots local artists to show their work and make them feel important.
At 8:30 on WSKG.
An historic election.
This is the most important election in our lifetime. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience.
A test for democracy.
The White House has really been transformed.
At a time like this,
a lot of enthusiasm.
A trusted voice.
A moment that's unlike any other.
Election 2020, a PBS NewsHour special.
Tuesday evening at 6 on WSKG.